to the last days of 2020 with mtk-on-the-mic. I am MTK on the MIC. It is Friday, the 18th of December. Anything goes Friday, as Tom Martin would put. Anything goes Friday, the 18th. It is 8:20 in the morning. California, love you, California. Sith Lord on Twitter this morning was pretty hilarious. Bro, we really at 0% ICU cap and the fucking mall is open. LMAO. We really at 0%. 0% ICU capacity and the fucking mall is open. Well, it will be in about 40 minutes, I guess, at 9 a.m. because it's 8:20 a.m. in California. It is 11:20 in New York. Sup, brother? And over in England, it is 4:20. You know what to do. This is the last days of 2020 with MTK. And today, I left my coffee over there. Which is what live radio is all about. At the end of the day. Today we were going to talk about a couple of different things. Then I decided, you know what? It's Friday. It's just a hangout day. We do have to do our introduction. Ring out the old, ring in the new. Ring happy bells across the snow. The year is going. Let it go. Ring out the false, ring in the true. Ring out the grief that saps the mind for those that here we see no more. Ring out the feud of rich and poor. Ring in redress to all mankind. Tennyson, as per Dad. And kind of the motto of the program, the last day. Yeah, today, one of the first things I wanted to do was just kind of scroll through Twitter while we're sitting here listening to music in a kind of improvisational way. You know, why not just scroll through Twitter and read tweets? See what's going on in the news that way. I do have the Post open and the BBC open and the Merc open and AP open and the LA Times open because that ICU at 0% capacity and the mall being open thing is it's got me twisted. That's got me twisted. ICU's at 0% capacity and the mall is open. Georgia is where it's at, folks. Everybody knows it. I mean, it's until the 7th of January. I think Georgia's going to be a It's like the center of the petri dish. It's where the lens is right now. Pence publicly received the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine a couple of hours ago, did it publicly. You know, there was a story about the people down in El Paso, I believe it was. They did the injections for television and there was nothing in the injection. They were empty syringes as a photo op, which I don't know what was going on there, but all that served to do was trigger the nut jobs. So that I found kind of, what do you do there? I mean, science! Pramila Jayapal. Oh, that's right. The nomination of a native indigenous from the Native Nations as a member of the cabinet is huge for a lot of people. But Brett Chapman, who you should follow, Brett A. Chapman, whom you should follow, had an interesting take on that yesterday. Brett A. Chapman, I encourage you to follow. But there was a comment about the diversity yesterday of the cabinet. Yeah, Representative Deb Haaland, Democrat of New Mexico, will be the first Native American Interior Secretary. That's the bit we were talking about. But there was I'm trying to find things here. Oh yeah, Bill McKibben, whom I like, and I encourage everyone to read. You know, I read aloud a 10,000-word Bill McKibben piece in the New Yorker. It's on the site under long form. If you go to the playlist long form videos, those are long pieces, and one of them is an incredible one by Bill McKibben from the New Yorker, 30 years after the one he originally wrote. And that's on there. But this I thought was a good tweet from Professor McKibben. So, Biden's climate, energy, environment team is mostly complete, and on balance, there's never been anything like it in U.S. history. With people like Representative Deb Haaland and Gina NRDC and John Kerry and Jen Granholm, there's high profile and seriousness of purpose. That from Bill McKibben. Climate, energy, and environment team, McKibben is saying he's got positive feelings about. That's good. That's good to say. Hey, what do you want? Dropping good news here. Well, Sith Lord drops. Bro, we really at 0% ICU cap and the fucking mall is open? Laughing my ass off. While crying my ass off. Okay, 10 minutes deep. This should be music break. edition. Oops, backwards. Time. Where'd this go? Here? I don't like that here. We want to put this somewhere more. Get out here. Oh, get out here. December 18th, Friday. The last days of 2020. Oh, Ma Rainey breaks today. Wakanda forever. Rest in peace. Rest in power. Chadwick Boseman. Last film. That drops today. Yay! I really want to see that. Of course, I won't go to a theater, no. It's the winter, we don't do that, folks. I see you at 0% cap and the fucking mall is open. Wow. Let's see, a lot of congratulatory stuff today. That's good. I think people are looking for a good vibe right now, more than anything. Me, I'm doing what I always do, which is, I don't participate in the holiday stuff. So I do my religious things privately, spiritual things privately. So historically, this time of year, what I do is I pretty much lock myself in studio and work on multiple projects, some to conclusion, others maybe could be birthed during this time, others moving the ball forward, as they say, because there's ongoing projects. Everything's been on hold, of course, since Dad passed, so I'm not really doing anything art-wise. Well, I'm doing some little things, but the last days of 2020 is kind of like about wrapping up a bunch of things. The Moderna vaccine is going to be approved. Now, that's the one that doesn't have to be refrigerated. It's like it reminds me of going to the dollar store and you find these products that are have a different label, but they look exactly the same packaging-wise as one you'd find in a grocery store, national grocery store chain. But they have a brand name, and that brand name will be on multiple items in all kinds of departments. I think one of them is Modesa, actually. So the Moderna vaccine will be the one that's 94% effective, but available everywhere in the barrio. In bodegas. Doesn't have to be refrigerated. In farmacias and little places where people go who don't have insurance, which is a lot of people, I bet, still, despite the brave attempts by the Democrats. It's true. I mean, it shouldn't have been the priority then, but whatever. Obama got that check mark, didn't he? But places like that will all have the Moderna vaccine, probably. This approval, it blows my mind. How is this? This is something that, you have to remember when we have been talking about quarantine as public health professionals and about the idea of how long. One of the things I would say to people is, hey, HIV is a virus that we discovered in '81 and there's no vaccine. So what has happened? It's so complicated to think about what has just happened because It's unprecedented in terms of the volume of capital shoved toward one thing. And then the achievement is, look, it just happened. It just happened in less than a year, which is amazing. But it's filled with all the things that come with that. There's so many different ways to look at that, like how bad our priorities are is made quite clear by that. Amazing. I'm just rolling through Steph Kite. This isn't meaningful, this number, statistically, but out of curiosity, more than 1.1 million ballots have already been cast for the Georgia runoff, just 4 days into early voting, per the Secretary of State's office. In the last Georgia statewide general election runoff in 2018, fewer than 1.5 million votes were cast total. Wow. So, turnout. We're forcing turnout because of this, which is intense, that we've all wanted for years, is finally happening because people are motivated by what? Fear? I guess it's fear. That's why a benign Democratic Party is so lame right now. We really need more aggressiveness and creativity from the Democrats, if I'm honest. Let's see here. Oh, the hack is unbelievable. It's throughout. The U.S. Energy Department has been caught up in this cyber hack by the Russians. Sunburst hack. The U.S. Energy Department is the latest agency to confirm it has been breached in what is being described as the worst ever hack on the U.S. government. What is being described as the worst ever hack on? Add that to Trump administration's list of failures. The worst ever hack on the U.S. government. Well, Trump may have helped it. The Energy Department is responsible for managing U.S. nuclear weapons, but said the arsenal's security had not been compromised. Microsoft said Thursday it had found malicious software yesterday on systems. Many suspect the Russian government. It has denied any role. Cybersecurity failure under Trump as well, I think, is a relevant. The Post is reporting that aides talked Trump out of late demand for stimulus checks as big as $2,000. Trump publicly called for large stimulus payments earlier in the month, but he faced opposition from senior Republican lawmakers. Aides told him to back off. Environmental justice put front and center. That's what they're saying. Yeah, so it's that's good. Side effects questions in the Mercury News. Some allergic reactions expected. What is this? The Pantone 2021 color of the year. There are two, gray and yellow, picked as a combination that gives us hope. Aiming for a message of happiness, supported by fortitude, color expert Pantone has announced not one but two colors of the year for 2021. The picks for the coming year are Ultimate Gray and Cheerful Yellow, called Illuminating. The announcement was made last week by the Pantone Color Institute, the consulting wing of New Jersey-based printing and design specialist Pantone. It was the second time in the selection's 22-year history that two colors have been chosen. The combination is aspirational and gives us hope. We need to feel that everything is going to get brighter. Yeah, you can feel that, but it's not going to happen unless you make an effort. That's the point. Oh, I was going to read the Gypsy Kid dancing at club comments. Now, have you seen that? There's the Gypsy Kid dancing in a club, Can't Be Bothered, 1997, this kid dancing. It's very nice, very short, 1 minute, 13 seconds, being bombarded by the algorithm to everyone. And I'm just going to read the comments from the Gypsy Kid dancing at club, Can't Be Bothered. When this kid takes too many drugs, the drugs overdose. When this kid was born, he slapped the doctor for not crying. When Al Pacino said, "Say hello to my little friend," he was talking about this kid. When this kid takes a photo, the camera smiles for him. This kid tells his crush that she likes him. When this kid fails a test, everyone in class gets yelled at for passing. When this kid breaks the law, the police go to prison for stopping him. At museums, this kid is allowed to touch the art. This kid is so badass, the holidays celebrate him. This kid went to school so he could be studied. This kid tells women, "It's not me, it's totally you," and walks away dancing. When this kid buys from Amazon, Jeff Bezos himself delivers to him. This kid doesn't get peer pressured, he pressures his peers. This kid is not wearing clothes. Clothes are wearing him. When he was born, the doctor did not tell the parents it's a boy. They said it's a man. When he becomes 18, his parents will move out. When this kid comes to class late, the class says sorry for being too early. When a doctor feels a pain, they call this kid for an emergency. This kid calls 911 and asks what's their emergency. When this kid meets a celebrity, they take his photograph. When adults meet this kid, they say, "I want to be like you when I grow up." At parents-teacher meeting, he meets the parents of his teachers. When this kid goes to a website, cookies accept him. This kid tucks his parents in at night. When his parents took him to school for the first time, he gave admission to the principal. The dislikes for this video are from his classmates that couldn't get in. Fun fact, he never entered the club. The club is actually built around him. The sunglasses don't protect this kid's eyes. It protects the sun. When this kid smokes, the cigarette gets lung cancer. When this kid brushes his teeth brush the toothbrush. Scrolling. Someone in here had written, "This is why I pay for the internet." The comments on this video are why I pay for the internet, someone said. You didn't search for this kid. He searched for you. When he accidentally drops the plate, his mother apologizes. This kid isn't testing for COVID-19. The COVID-19 tests him. When there's something strange in the neighborhood, Ghostbusters calls this kid. YouTube algorithm is all working fine. He was born before his birth date. When this kid misspells a word, the whole dictionary changes. When this kid was born, the doctor asked him what he would like to name his parents. And Meme 3 days ago, Meme said, this comment section is the reason why I pay for the internet. That's it for the last days of 2020, episode 7 with MTK on the MIs.